Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you all are doing well. In this video we're going to be continuing on here with the Arizona Coyotes in my NHL 21 franchise mode. We're going into the year 4 regular season simulation in this video. I just spent a lot of time editing these lines, getting everything ready. Had to sign a few guys for the AHL, so that's why we have simmed up a little bit of preseason here. Look, so far Nolan Foote's doing quite good, which is good to see. Definitely want him to be growing. And we're 4-1 right now, so I'll just go show you the lines for this simulation here. So our NHL squad is looking like this. We're going to go DeBrusk, Dvorak, and Yannick here on the first forward line. Jan Yannick, he's probably going to be my future first liner, even with my other coach. So he works here now, and he's going to work here in the future, so I figure might as well just play him here. So it'll be a pretty good line. And then our second line is what we've been running for the past couple of years here. Sanford, Keller, and Garland. They're going to continue to do their thing. Hopefully they have a bit of a better year this year, closer to what they did 2 years ago. Because last year they kind of underperformed, really. They didn't do as good as I thought they would. And then so our third line here is Fisher, Hintz, and Schmaltz. So good two-way forward line right here. Hopefully they'll be pretty good defensively for us. They all fit. Good guys to have here. And bottom six, finishing out the bottom six, Nolan Foote, Hayton, and Stepan. So a lot of the two-way forwards here in the bottom six, all five of these guys two-way forwards, and then Nolan Foote's a power forward, who's not terrible defensively, but not great either. But yeah, should be a good defensive bottom six, I think, and pretty solid offensive for first, or top six, I should say. As well as we got a lot of two-way forwards on the team. Dvorak is also a two-way forward. So defensively, we're going to go with OEL, Uyghur, Chickern, Bouchard, Soderstrom, and Capobianco. Capobianco is the exact same as Soderstrom, and this works perfectly with the AHL coach on the third line. So this is going to be our third defensive pairing of the future as well. 26 and 22, so they still got... Capobianco is a little bit older, but I think they'll be here for at least a few years as our third defensive pairing. When we go over here to goalies, we got Kemper and Hill. So Kemper is starting to drop off a little bit, drop to an 84. But he'll still be really solid for this year, I'm thinking. Then our scratches are Bailey and Zadorov. So the thing with Zadorov, he's not going to be part of this team's future. He's a defensive defenseman that doesn't really fit any of my future plans. So I figured put Capobianco in, only one less overall point, and he'll be here for the future, so get him playing. That's kind of my thought process behind that. And then these two guys, I'm probably just going to trade because I don't really have room for them anywhere. So yeah, that's and actually before we go, special teams. Power play just looking like this. Garland, Keller, Yannick with Bouchard and DeBrusk. And then Dvorak, Sanford, Foote, Schmaltz with Ekman, Larson. 4-man power play. Keller, Yannick, Bouchard, DeBrusk, Dvorak, Garland, Schmaltz, and OEL. PK, +5s here. Good defensive team. So Hayton, Stepan, Chicker, and Uyghur. Hintz, Fisher, Capobianco, and Soderstrom. And then same defensive pairing, but Rup Hintz and Barrett Hayton. Our extras, go to the 4-4. Keller, DeBrusk, OEL, Soderstrom. Gave Soderstrom a little bit more time here so that he can get just more ice time in general, get better, develop. He's only 22, so try to see if we can get him as high as overall as possible. And then Yannick and Sanford. Again, we're trying to grow Yannick, so that will definitely help him, hopefully give him a little bit more ice time out there. And same thing with Bouchard. I'm going to trade him, so just up his trade value. And then our third 4-on-4 line, Dvorak, Garland, Capobianco, and Uyghur. So 3-on-3, looking like Keller, DeBrusk, and Soderstrom, Yannick, Sanford, and Bouchard, and then Dvorak, Garland, and OEL. Extra attacks are Keller and DeBrusk, and Shadowed I didn't touch. Goaltenders, Kemper and Hill, like I said earlier. So yeah, that's the NHL squads. That's how we're looking. Looking like it's hopefully going to be another good year. Last year we underperformed a little bit in the regular season, but did good here in the playoffs. So hopefully we can improve on the regular season and hopefully do at least as good as we did last year in the playoffs. Hopefully we can get to that Stanley Cup final. As for the AHL squad, as I mentioned, I signed quite a few guys here to try to get the chemistry going. So signed Fonstad, I signed Leeson, and I signed Paul Bittner for forwards. And then I signed a few D-man and just try to figure out if I could get one to work, and I did get one to work. I'll show you guys that in a moment. But our AHL squad's looking like Fonstad, Frederick, and Senishin. We got Quinn here on the second line with Suzuki and Steenbergen. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty solid second line, I think. Pretty offensive-minded. Playmaker, sniper. I feel like this should be a +5. I don't know why I'm not getting a +5. But it's really close regardless. They'll hopefully do very well. +3 is not bad. And our third line, Weeks, Leeson, and Halischuk here. So these two guys are pretty big. Weeks kind of brings down that height, but nice big third line. I'm trying to grow Halischuk. I think he's going to be our third line sniper of the future. And Leeson, he might be able to fit in somewhere too. You never know. He's only 24, so if he can grow, he could be bottom 6 guy as well. Then Paul Bittner, Pedersen, Lang. I was just trying to throw guys together to get good overalls. That's kind of where they came in. And the defensively, excuse me, we got Kirsten Jaros. He's one of the 3 defensive defensemen I signed, trying to get a +5 here with Luke Hughes. Just this D-core is filthy. Luke Hughes, Jaros, Sealer with Precinct, Deneen, and Sarah Jervy down here. So just great. I'm expecting big things from Precinct and Hughes with that +5. Yeah, this should be a pretty solid D-core, I would imagine. Probably one of the best in the AHL. He was 80 overall, but I just didn't want to quite play him in the NHL quite yet. Want to have one more good year down here to grow the coach, grow these guys, and just dominate, quite frankly. So going to special teams now. First line power play, it's just Quinn, Precinct, and Hughes. That's kind of what I'm going for everywhere. Trying to grow these 3 guys, so they're basically on every special unit out there. I'm trying to get them as much ice time as physically possible, and I got that +5 going on that first line. Our second line is looking like that: Steenbergen, Pedersen, Halischuk, Senishin, Fonstad. Again, these are kind of like the secondary guys I'm trying to grow, so get them in there. Why not? Basically, have the same thought process going for these, power play, four-man power play. It's just those same guys. I'm not going to go too much in depth here with the AHL squad, and PK, again, I just trying to get Hughes some time. I didn't actually put Luke Hughes or, what's his face, Precinct out on the PK, but we did put Quinn here. Just, again, trying to get him time. Didn't put any of them out here on the PK, just trying to get our best defensive guys. And then for extras, our 4-on-4, again, Quinn, Hughes, Precinct. That's going to be pretty standard for everything. And again, Quinn, Hughes, and Precinct. Didn't want to play them, go 2 forwards, 1 D-man in overtime, so that's just kind of how we roll them there. Extra attacker looking like that. Actually, I should probably switch that as well. Let's go with Luke Hughes and Quinn. There we go. Go with those 2 guys. And shootout didn't touch. Goaltenders, we got Prosvetov and Tendek here. And then all these guys are scratched. Probably going to try to trade Stanley. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll put it on the trade block, I think. See if someone bites. Same thing with Jersey. These guys probably won't have a ton of value, but you never know. So yeah, that's how we're looking. And if you've been following along, you would know that I was debating between promoting my AHL head coach to my NHL coach. I think I'm just going to hold off on that. Like I said, I got some pretty solid lines down there in the AHL. Get him just a little bit better for next year. I think we can get him to a B, and then we'll give him the NHL coaching job once he grows one more. He's got 1 more year left, so yeah, that's kind of what we're at with the AHL coach. So 1 more year, and I'm thinking he'll be ready. So yeah, that's kind of what we got going on here. Let me just, again, edit that to trade block. Where is it? Trade block right here. So these guys I kind of got on there already. I'm probably just going to try to trade Zadorov sooner rather than later, though. And then as for these 2 defenders, we're going to throw on, where is he? Logan Stanley and Sean Dursey, just because they didn't really fit. Oops, they didn't go back. Just because it didn't really fit what I was going to be doing in the future. Well, Jersey did, but I don't need another offensive defenseman. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. Our surplus. I guess I can edit this stuff too. I don't really care. 28, sure. And it's going to be forward. Again, 28 to 50, sure. And take this out. Yeah, I'm fine giving up those picks. I don't really know if I want anything in particular. I guess we'll just try to get young guys. A forward will go from like 17 to like 22 with decent potentials. Something along those lines. And do the same thing here with defense. Nothing too crazy. I'll take anything out there. So that's where we're going to go for the trade block. See if we can get any trades. And yeah, we'll just sim up the regular season here. So sim for first couple of months here. I'll probably bring you back so we can check in on the stats halfway through. Yeah. Other than that, I'll just bring you back if there's like any trades or anything. If not, we'll just go until then. So yeah, see you in a bit. Alright, so we're back here. A little past the halfway point of the season. We are not doing that great. If we take a look at where we are at here. In our division, we are 5th. Only 2 points out of the playoffs, though. We're actually tied for the second wild card, which is kind of crazy to think, considering our record is 24, 23, and 3. Go take a look at what we're doing offensively here for our point guys here. DeBrusque got 43 points in 50 games. Again, that second line is just shitting the bed. Keller, 39 and 50, minus 7. 36 for Dvorak and 50, 34. Before I do this, continue to go to forwards to make things easier. So this first line is doing very well. As you see, plus 14, plus 11, plus 10. And then our second line of Keller, Garland, and Sanford, they're all minuses, minus 7s. So they're having a tough go again. I feel like they should be doing a lot better than that, honestly. I don't know why they sim so bad. They had, like 2 years ago, they were so good. They were so dominant this season right here. And then it's just been terrible. Like, I don't know what to do. It's the exact same line. It's the exact same chemistry, everything. I feel like it shouldn't be this bad. It's like I get DeBrusque, and then all of a sudden the second line goes to shit. I really don't understand that at all. And then our depth here. Nolan Foote, 13 points in 50 games. So he could be doing a little bit better, but overall, I mean, the team's just struggling in general, so. Defensively, Oliver Ekman-Larsson doing pretty solid. Soderstrom, that's actually really nice to see that third defensive pairing is doing very well. And like I said, that's going to be their third defensive pairing of the future, so that's nice to see for sure. It might be the only bright spot going for us right now. And our goalies, actually, again, considering our record and considering, I would assume we're allowing a lot of goals. I mean, Kemper's, that's not terrible considering our record, so. Hill could definitely be better, but overall, I think our goaltending isn't the issue. Our forward defense, which our forward defense, I feel like should be better than what it is. I guess our team defense in general. Go down to Arizona, see where we're at. Looks like, 3 goals against per game. I feel like we should be a good defensive team, so I don't really get that. Our power play isn't the greatest, and our PK isn't great. I really don't get it. I feel like this team should sim a lot better than what they are. But I don't. There's nothing I can do though. This is pretty much what we got here. I can't really change anything. I'm playing our best guys, and then this line's for chemistry, and even that I'm playing our best guys as much as I can. I physically cannot. I guess I could put Soderstrom up here instead of Weir. Could do something like that. But I mean, I don't really know what type of difference that'll make. And like I said, goalies are fine, so I just gotta ride this one out again, I guess. I really don't know. Then go look at the AHL team, see how they're doing. I would assume very good. Yeah, 28-5-3. Yeah, just pretty solid, pretty solid. Go look where we rank here in terms of the other team. Roadrunners, we are in first place in our division. There are teams that have played 6 more games than us that have 4 more points than us. So, yeah, I feel like we're definitely one of the better teams, if not the best team. AHL is weird how other teams play way more than me, but I guess that's how it is. Go look at the point totals down here. Make sure our guys that I want to grow are doing well. Our forwards and Suzuki, Steenbergen, and Quinn's down here. Only 24 points. I was expecting a lot more from him this year. He had 55 and 68 last year. Let's just see what pace he's on for if he plays 68 again this year. So he had a 0.81 goal or points per game last year, and so far this year he has a 0.66. So yeah, he's not doing as good as he did last year. He's on pace for 45 points this year, which is 10 less than last year. He's not scoring nearly as much on the power play, which is kind of surprising considering it's much better. Yeah, that's actually really weird. Hallerstock is doing good. That's good to see, but I don't know what to do with Quinn. I feel like he should be up here with like Suzuki. And I mean, Suzuki and Steenberg, and they're pretty close to a point per game, and then you just got Quinn down here. He's just, I feel like he should be doing better. That's unfortunate. Hopefully, Precinct and Hughes are tearing it up. That's fantastic to see. 25 and 36, 31 and 36. Really, really good. That'll definitely help their growth and development. And Charles and Sealer, they're down here. As far as goalies are concerned, yeah, that's fucking filthy. Great goaltending duo right here for sure. Yeah, HL, they're on autopilot. I mean, I'm not going to try to get Quinn more ice time or whatever. I think that second line is simming well, and he's part of it, so I'm just going to leave it where it is. Unless we can move like this. See, like, can't get a +3 anywhere, so I'm just going to leave him. Leave him right here. He's getting as much ice time as he can. Hopefully he starts to produce a little bit more. Alright, so the other thing I want to look at here is just view contracts. See if we can sign anyone mid-season here. Get these out of the way. Looks like we got a lot of guys that we can re-sign. Might trade Zadorov right now as well. But see what Soderstrom's like. Again, I'm thinking he's going to be a third defensive pairing, so I don't want to pay him a ton, if possible, but 6,175 times 0.85. I mean, I'm fine investing some money into this decor. I mean, if I need to trade him in the future, I'm thinking this isn't going to be a bad contract for him. So I'll go, it's a little bit pricey for a third defensive pairing guy, I think. But it might be, actually, maybe if we go a little bit cheaper option here, we go like 4 years instead of 8, and we go, this will help us out a little bit. I mean, we could save like $1 million. I mean, get 4 more years at an extra $1 million, or is that really worth it? I don't think so. I think we're just gonna go with that. Lock him up long term here. Bang. Zadorov, I'm gonna trade. Capobianco. See what you're looking like. Yes, he's nice and cheap. We could go, I think probably like 5 years with you. Take you till you're 31. I think that's pretty solid for him. We'll go 2625 times 0.85, and he wants. We'll give him 5 years at 2.3. That should be good. See, those two guys will kind of balance each other out for my bottom pairing. You know, I'm paying like $7 million for my bottom two guys, so that's like two guys at 3.5. I think that's pretty fair for a bottom pairing decor. As for Nolan Foote here, so he's a little bit more, but I'm thinking next year he's gonna get better in the offseason. Yeah, this is what we're gonna roll with. 0.85. Lock him down here. 8 years, 1.75. Absolute steal of a contract. Let's go. Stepan, I'm probably going to trade as well. Bittner, I don't really need to come back. Quinn, I'm probably just going to sign with the offseason ones because he'll be minor league deal. And then Redden, okay, perfect. That's that all taken care of. I'm sure they'll re-sign, but yeah, and I'm just going to send him to the trade deadline, and I'll see you guys when we get there. Alright, we are here a day before the trade deadline, and I'm going to just, before we go into them, I'm going to try to make these two trades that I want to make, which are Bailey and Zadorov, just so that I can avoid any EA fuckery like last year, and I don't get super frustrated. So Zadorov, we're going to go here and find trade, see what we can get for him. Couple of third and a fourth, some lower end. I'm just probably going to try to get pegs here, so 2/3 from Columbus is looking like the best so far. 2/3 from Tampa. Now you don't want to help out Tampa. Okay. I'm just going to go 2/3 from Columbus, we'll call it there, bang, accept that trade. And then Justin Bailey as well, wherever he is. I think he's 79 overall, so he'd be a little bit lower. Don't know really if there'll be anything for him. Oh, there is 6, 7th rounders. Hey, we'll take those. Carolina, there you go. And then who else? Actually, I can trade those two AHL D-men right now as well. We will go with not Preesen. Where are they? Stanley and Dersey. See if we can get anything for them. Nope. Oops, didn't mean Sealer. Wanted Dersey. Highly doubt there'll be any trades, but you never know. Nope, okay. Alright, so now we'll go into the trade deadline. I can't see myself making too many moves, but if we do end up making a trade or a good offer comes in for something, I'll be sure to bring you guys in for it. If not, I'm just going to just kind of sim through it, just watch everything happen, and we'll kind of bring you guys back for the recap after. I think I'm going to be a conservative seller again this year. We're going to enter the trade deadline, and yeah, so I'll bring you guys back if something happens. If nothing happens, then I'll just catch up with you guys at the end. Alright, so the deadline just finished here. I really didn't do anything. So I'll just go through here, look for some notable things that happened here. So Zibanejad went to Montreal for 2 seconds, it looks like. Alright. Keep going here. Yoni Yermo. That's a prospect. Buchnevich. Acquired Buchnevich for, it looks like, a second. Troy Terry went to Colorado with alongside a fourth for 2/3. Andres Janssen went to Boston for a second and a sixth. Tierney went to Columbus for Hornqvist, a fourth and a sixth. Torrey Krug went to Detroit alongside Carson Soucy for 2 firsts and Sokolov. That's a pretty nice package there for St. Louis. Olimata to Carolina for his second and third. And then Robbie Fabry to Colorado, as well as a fourth and a sixth, in exchange for a second, a fifth, and McNaughton. That's a pretty solid deal there for Colorado. So nothing too crazy happened. The Toy Crew deal was big, but other than that, it was kind of There's a couple of decent players traded, but nothing crazy like that. So. We're just going to decline. I'm pretty happy with where we are. I stood pat, didn't do anything. Like I said, I looked at a couple of trades. There's some I looked at, but there's nothing that was like I have to do this type thing. But yeah, so we're just gonna continue to roll some the rest of the season, and then once we get to the end of the year, I'll finish up this video. So yeah, we'll see you guys after the season's done. Alright, we are here at the end of the regular season. We had a pretty good finish to the year. We ended up going 43, 31, and 8, so improvement on last year. Over 500, which is good, up to 94 points, so not bad. Definitely a respectable season. As for our point, let's go see who did what here for us. So again, Jake DeBrusk, 72 points. There you go. Keller got a little bit better. Second line definitely started playing a bit better. That's good to see. But 69 points for Keller. Improvement from last year, I believe. Yeah, a little bit of an improvement. Better defensively as well. Not quite this 85-point season that he had, but I'll take it. Jan Jenik, a very good second year in the NHL here. Yeah, got 44 points last year, was a plus 13 this year. He's upped it to 63 points at a plus 19. Great production from him. He'd definitely be growing. That's great to see. Dvorak had a good season. Garland, again, this second line had a tough start to the season. Looks like they did a little bit better here towards the end. What did Sanford do compared to basically about the same as what he's done? A little bit better defensively. And then Connor Garland. It's the same as last year as well, but better defensively. So I guess that second line could make the argument they were pretty much the exact same, but a little bit better defensively. So I guess I'll take it. And the bottom six definitely started playing a lot better. Nolan Foote, still -4, but you know he's got a year under his belt now. 14 points, not bad. Could be a lot better. Could be a lot worse though. So we'll take it. Oliver Ekman-Larsson here, 42 points at -9. Soderstrom 25, that's good to see that. Plus 24 and plus 27 on that bottom pairing. It's great to see. And then goaltenders. Yeah, I feel like Darcy Kemper definitely helped out. And then Aiden Hill doing better in that second half definitely helped us make the playoffs for sure. So yeah, that's what we are looking like here. Go back up to the entire league. Go see who won the Art Ross and all that stuff. So it looks like McDavid got the most points, Rantanen, then Eichel, Melkin, Patrick Kane, I would guess, got the Maurice Richard. Yeah, dominated that. Who's this Dustin Crab fella? He's drafted 12th overall. 87 overall, that's a pretty solid pickup right there by Columbus. And then, yeah. Actually, let's go rookies as well. These skaters. Ville Hino? Sure. Looks like he's got the Calder. Yeah. That would be there. Let's go take a look at how our AHL team is doing. I don't believe their season is done quite yet, but yeah, they still got, looks like 3 games left. They're at 103 points, though. It's 49, 11, and 5. It's a pretty solid record. Go see how they're doing. Fonstad, Senishin, and Frederick. So the top line's doing good. I saw Luke Hughes there was 50 of it. After that, Suzuki, Quinn, and Steenbergen. Again, I was hoping more from Quinn, man. I was really hoping he'd be close to a point per game. It's definitely not as good as last year, but which I don't know why, but I guess he got a lot better defensively. He just wasn't nearly as good on the power play. Right? Like, you give those power play points another 11, he's up to 57, so he's probably just as good as he was 5-on-5, but he wasn't as good offensive. He didn't have as much offensive production on the power play for some reason. Don't really know why there, but maybe it took Foot away. I guess that maybe they weren't quite as lethal shooting. But yeah, I don't know, that's weird. As for D-Man, I saw Hughes was at 50 points. Yeah, That's fantastic to see. 290 shots from Hughes. So he's just getting pucks on net from the point there. Plus 36, plus 2. That's fantastic for these two guys' development for sure. They'll definitely be NHL ready next year. I mean, Hughes was this year, so. And then goalies, I'd assume it'd be unreal. Yeah, great job by them. I honestly expect a little bit better save percentage for Prosvetov here, but it's still really, really good numbers. So HL team, they're locked in. That's great. Hopefully they can make a good run in the playoffs here, and my coach can. Let's actually see if he didn't need too much more to develop some traits, so we'll see if he's up to a B yet. He's still a B minus. Looks like his offense is up to a B minus though now. He started off the season at a C, so yeah, I'm definitely thinking he'll be ready to be a NHL coach next year for sure. Still got the playoffs to go. I'm thinking that power play will go up a bit. What else? I mean, all that other stuff's kind of close. I'm not sure how much XP you're getting over the course of a couple of months, right? I guess his offense went from like a C to a B minus, so I guess probably about 1,000 or so maybe over the course of a year. I really don't know how long it takes to develop coaches, but yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to sit up a few more days, see who we're playing. I don't know who we're playing. It's the Flames, and we actually have home ice, so that's nice to see. First time having home ice in the first round in the playoffs, so yeah, we will cover the playoffs in the next video. But before we go into that, I'm just going to show you Calgary's lines. Just a quick glance at them. I'll probably go more in depth in the next video. But Gaudreau, Lindholm, Atkinson, Monahan down here on that's a solid third line. What the heck? The bottom six is better than the top six. Okay, that's interesting. They got this going, and I'm assuming Markstrom in that. Yeah, Markstrom and Skinner. So. See if they got scratched. Alright, well, we'll look more in depth. They look like they have a pretty decent roster. It's weird with their forward core. Their bottom six is better than their top six, but yeah, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it right there, I think. So, if you made this far, thank you all very much for watching. It is very much appreciated. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, please remember to leave a like. And if you want to keep up to date with this series and anything I do, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, to keep up to date here. So yeah, that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.